Let's look at some fun ways to diagram partitions. One way would be maybe we want to represent these using boxes. For example, we have 3 equals 3, or you could write it as 2 plus 1, or you could write it as 1 plus 1 plus 1. So maybe we just use boxes for each of these. So for 3, we could draw this as 3 boxes. Just 1, 2, 3, all in one row. 2 plus 1, obviously this is still 2 plus 1, there's still 3 boxes, but for 2 plus 1, we could go down here and do 2 boxes in the first row, 1 box in the second row. So there's still a total of 3 boxes because it's a partition of 3, but they're arranged differently. 1 plus 1 plus 1 we could write as 1 box per line for a total of 3 lines. So we have 1, 1, 1 gives us a total of 3 that way. We could also use dots. Instance 6 equals 4 plus 2, so we could do 4 dots and 2 dots. 13 is 3 plus 7 plus 3, so we could write that with dots as 3 plus 7 plus 3. It doesn't really matter what order you write these in, just write it in a nice pattern that makes a pleasing shape to you. So we also had this 13 equals 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3. And this was the design of stars on one of the flags from the original 13 colonies. So maybe we do that as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now it looks a little like a capital letter E, so we could stagger them. Maybe we do something like this. Now it looks like a checkerboard with basically half of these filled in. How about we use triangles? 8 is 2 plus 6 plus 2. So if we follow the pattern that we established over here, the first one we could do an isosceles triangle with a height of 2, followed by an isosceles triangle with a height of 6, followed by a triangle with a height of 2. But we don't need to limit ourselves to triangles like this. The height here means horizontal distance, but we don't have to use that. What if instead we use the area equals the number, but we do this same pattern? So if we want a triangle that has an area of 2 boxes, you could do something like this. So this has area equals base times height over 2. 2 times 2 over 2 would be 2, and that's our first number there. So we need a triangle that has an area of 6. Well, an area of 6, we could do 1, 2, 3, 4 by 3 high. So this has an area of 4 times 3 over 2, which equals 6. And then we could do another triangle just like this one to finish off the pattern, 2, 6, 2. But of course, we could arrange these differently if we wanted to as well. We could start off with this line here, go down here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go up 1, 2, 3 on this side. There's our 6. Now let's put these 2 on the other side here. So now we have a 2, 6, 2 pattern that we've arranged into an interesting geometric shape composed of 3 triangles. You can use pretty much any shape here, get creative with it. Maybe use trapezoids. Maybe you have 10 equals 3 plus 4 plus 3. A couple different ways to use trapezoids for that. You could just do 2 and then put a little tooth on the top on the last one. That is technically a trapezoid. The next one you could do 4. So here the height is the number, so this is a height of 3, 4, and 3. It sort of looks like crayons arranged in a box. If you wanted to, you can make different size trapezoids. Maybe your 3 on the first one looks like this. Your 3 on the other side looks the similar but mirror image. And then the one in the middle, you just continue the pattern here to make something that looks like that. And you don't really even need to show the sides if you don't want to. Just draw it like this. And I messed up because actually this would actually have a different angle since this is cutting through one box and this is cutting through one box on the diagonal. This is cutting through one box on the angle. But you get the idea is just draw a partition in any sort of creative way you want and you might come up with something interesting.